You know there is no way a Ryan.condon Zwift race can go this smoothly. Get strapped in, guys, pull out the wine gums, things are about to get wild.
Excellent. I'm loving it. If there was a video on how to race, this would be the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it now. Go, 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 go.
Okay, so... about to sneeze. Okay, guys, so in my last video I said that this video was going to be my Zwift PRL full attempt. However, like that proverbial Jack Russell, still getting distracted by that squirrel, I have to show you this race. It ended...
Oh, what happened? Oh, no!
So this video is my latest attempt at a win in a Category C race on Zwift. You're going to love this video, guys. You're going to love it. There's drama galore.
So it's going to punch hard at the start. I can guarantee you this. And there's a little bit of a slight climb up, and then you head straight to the country. So your goal is going to be to sit mid-pack.
I'm also joined on Discord chat by my Aussie friend and Zwifting buddy, Nathan, who's offered to DS me.
Don't chase any flyers, don't panic.
Okay.
The group's big enough and strong enough that I don't think there's going to be any breakaways, especially in the first lap.
3, 2, 1.
And you're off. Don't go mad Watts on the start there,
And I'm off.
Your goal is to be as efficient as possible.
So with Nathan sitting in front of his laptop with Zwift Power Live on screen like the flight commander at NASA and giving me information which I have no idea how he's able to find this information, he also gave me really good and simple, clear instructions over voice chat. With all this going on, we kicked this race off.
As efficient as possible. You want to spend the least amount of watts and you want everyone else to spend the most amount of watts.
This race was only a few days ago now, so it was on this week's Zwift Racing series of races, which is called Flat is Fast. I love racing in these weekly series of races for several reasons. They're always mega popular, filled with all types of racers. They're normally really spicy, and there is a leaderboard that's based on your best weekly finish time, which means that if you have a bad race, and there is no such thing as a bad race as long as you're off the sofa and racing, but you know what I mean. If your race doesn't quite go to plan, then I get to do it again at any point during that week and set a new faster time.
But there are so many other races in here that anyone who tries to break away is going to drag you along with them. So don't stress it. You want to sink back to about mid-pack. Around 25th if you can. There we go. Just as I say it, that's exactly what you did.
However, having said all of that, I'm still scouting for that first ever win in Category C. This route is London flat. It's not pancake flat. There's a short climb that kicks in at 2k, and because it's 2 laps of this flat course, it kicks in again at 14k. There is also a nasty, spiky, very short ramp that spikes up to 15% called the escalator. Now this route is very fast and it's relatively flat, I keep saying that. Perfect for an all-out assault on podium. My Zwift racing score is currently 376. It took a hit on the back of my last race, which was my last video on my channel. So go and watch that if you want to see what happened, as I had to drop back and finish the race with a friend who was also dropped from the lead group. So I've joined this race in the 270 to 390 group. And that kind of gives me the advantage because I'm at the top end of this Zwift racing score grouping. So fingers crossed that this race goes to plan. I'm also aiming to get my score to 400 as soon as possible. I feel like I'm in touching distance of hitting that magical 400 mark.
Right about now, no one wants to front because it's too early in the race.
If it's fast though.
It is quick, but you're not spending a lot of watts doing it, which is great. You're like 187, 191, 180. You know, there's one little flyer off the front. Don't worry about him. Your goal is to be with this front group after the first lap.
I also made a conscious decision, with the help of Nathan barking orders at me before we joined the race, to ensure that I listened to his instructions, and no matter what I think is best, I'm going to follow his guide.
It's only 3 seconds. He's probably trying to push hard. He is averaging 281 watts over his 5 minutes.
So he's panicking about the climb.
Or he's panicking about the flats and he's trying to distance himself from the climb. So
Okay, we're hitting the climb.
Yep, don't talk, just focus on your breathing.
We hit the climb, and my only aim was to stay with the front riders, spend as little energy as possible, and not get dropped. That's always my aim on any climb.
Now, it's not long, trust me on this. It feels like it is. At this speed, it's going to feel like it's going to hurt a little bit, but it isn't long. So you are in just the best position at the moment. As I said, even if it stretches out a little bit, don't worry about it because it's a nice big downhill and anyone on the front is going to get caught.
There must be much more to this ride.
You're almost there.
We don't look too guilty. We don't crave too much.
Another 30 seconds. Alright, it's going to start flattening out now. Back to 0. Awesome, that was perfect. I couldn't have done it better myself. Little punch up, it's 3%, nothing major. Turn left. Now you're going to come up to the escalator, okay? So you need to think about that. On the escalator, you want to push towards the front.
Now, as we leave the Surrey Hills of Kent and head towards London, I just want to say to anyone that doesn't live in the UK or even doesn't live near London, Kent and central London are not separated by just 500 metres of tunnel.
And then you're going to want to stomp that escalator because you want to get towards the top of that escalator in the first 5 or 10 riders because then you can recover more quickly than the ones that have been dragged up.
However, as we enter into Zwift's version of the London Underground up towards that spicy escalator climb, I know that I need to put in a short 10 to 15 second effort bordering on a sprint. Then I'm risking being dropped if I don't. So to ensure that I do, I get to the front and punch up this climb.
Here we go. Turning right. You're about to hit it now. It's only short. Alright, pump it. Perfect. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You're almost there. And done. Excellent. Alright, back it off. Wait for the group to reform around you. You get to recover now. Alright, going to turn left. And then you'll come up to the bridge. Beautiful. This is textbook stuff. You got one flyer off the front. Don't worry about him, but the group is coming together again. We've dropped a couple. Actually, we're back to 33. Awesome. Recover, recover, recover. Draft like a mofo. Bunching up again. They're slowing down again. That flyer has come back. No one's off the front. 168, 175, 179 watts. Perfect. Really, really good.
I spent quite a while in my last video talking about my love for the Zwift community. The community on Zwift is awesome. This race, with the support of Nathan, feels like another good example of that community spirit. Nathan's doing this for no other reason other than his love for Zwift and wanting to help other people, which I massively appreciate.
But don't worry about that now. Just focus on this little bump that's coming up here. So you get a slight little downhill into it, and you're going to have a bump that comes up. You don't have to smash it. Just do the power you're getting right now. You don't have to go to 400, 450, 250, 300 will get this done.
Now at this point in the race, I'm feeling really good. I'm enjoying this pace, although it's really fast. It feels that this speed and the number of riders that are formed up in front of me is going to be really good for my plan of being able to podium in this race. That's ultimately what I'm trying to achieve here.
There's a couple of flyers at the front. Don't panic about them. It's a long way to go. 2%, 1%, 0. Okay. The group's going to come back together again as it hits that right-hander.
At this point, you can see that there are 3 or 4 riders off the front. Now, this did make me nervous. I'll be completely honest. I never said it in-game, and I never said it to Nathan over chat. 1 or maybe even 2 attackers off the front probably wouldn't have it in them to make that attack stick. But as soon as you start seeing 3 or 4 riders forming up ahead, that can be a recipe for catastrophe, especially if you're in the chasing group.
All right, use this group as much as possible. So you've got a nice little downhill here, recover here. Yep, go to 0. Perfect. You're doing it before I even say anything.
I was contemplating putting in a small effort to bridge, but having Nathan in my ear, I decided to listen to him and just hold position in this pack and see what happens.
The flyers off the front are coming back. Still got 33 in this front group. You are sitting beautiful. You're averaging 2.7 watts per kilo on your 20, 2.7 watts per kilo on your 5, and you got more in your tank than a lot of the riders around you. A lot of the riders are in the red at the moment. All right, try and practice doing the least amount of possible until you start to drift backwards.
This is starting to feel like a social ride more than the race. Now, I'm jinxing this race just by saying that. This race is going really well, guys. I just want to say that. I'm looking at camera now as I say this. This race is going really well.
Excellent. I'm loving it. If there was a video on how to race, this would be the video.
And at this point, now Nathan's jinxed it as well.
You're hitting the orange spot at the moment. There'll be yellow and there'll be blue again. Excellent. Lots of red numbers around you, so you are sitting pretty. You are being so efficient, it's just not funny.
Now, having said everything I've just said, you know there is no way a Ryan.condon Zwift race can go this smoothly. Get strapped in, guys. Pull out the wine gums. Things are about to get wild.
It's all downhill flat until you get the escalator again. So, just again. Oh, what happened?
I've been disconnected. Ah!
Oh no! Oh no!
As I wipe the copious amounts of sweat from my face, I lose all connection with Zwift. I get a full-on disconnection error pop up on screen and I start to spin out.
I've been disconnected. Ah!
My watt bike has fully disconnected from Zwift. I'll be completely honest, this has never ever happened before. I've had this watt bike now for about 18 months and I've never had a full disconnection. This is the first time. I've had my heart rate monitor disconnect because I've forgotten to charge it. I've had my smart controllers disconnect because I've forgotten to charge them. I've even had my virtual gearing drop out, but I've never had the entire watt bike completely disconnect. If you look at my Zwift screen as I get the disconnection error, it's like I've been shot by a sniper and I just stop completely dead and shoot right out the back of the pack like a cannonball. Now, I don't know what to do. I'm in full-on panic mode. As I scramble to pair my bike again and select OK on screen, I start pedaling because of muscle memory, but the pack have completely disappeared up the road. This is game over. There is no way I can expect this race to carry on. The gap almost immediately grew to double digits. I was completely mortified as I watched them disappear up the road. I still felt great. I felt 100%. I mean, I don't now. I feel annoyed. This was my race and I had Nathan helping me. Not knowing what else to do, I just started sprinting. Realising the gap was now huge, I went through all of the Zwift emotions. I hit the aero, sat down and considered the mammoth task of closing that gap or wait for the two riders that were coming up only a few seconds behind me.
Disconnection.
Or even rage quitting, if I'm honest. That went through my head as well. I was like, completely, I'm done with this.
All right, if you can keep it up, 11-second gap. 10-second.
And then Nathan came back to life exactly at the right moment on voice chat.
This is what a TT's like, so if you want to do it.
Telling me to go for it.
9 seconds. Keep going. Eight. Take a little micro rest for a second. You'll blow up otherwise. All right, go again.
Okay.
Nathan wasn't kidding about his micro rest. I'm pleased I got to enjoy that 0.004 second break.
6 seconds now.
The gap was now down to only 6 seconds. I'm bloody doing it, guys. I'm bloody doing it.
Damn, son. That's impressive. Keep going. 5 seconds now. 4 seconds. You got to hit them before they hit the escalator.
I didn't care about winning the race or even finishing the race. I had to reach them. If I didn't, the speed and
3
draft
seconds.
or lack of for me down the escalator would mean I just wouldn't be able to catch on after that point.
All right, you're back on. Damn.
I made it just by the skin of my teeth. I just managed to sneak into their draft window.
Come on, just one more kick, and then you're in the draft, and then you can back it off. Yeah, nice. Damn. I mean, that's going to hurt you, but that was impressive. I have not seen anything like that in a while. That was unreal. You better be recording this.
Yeah.
Far out. All right, big breaths, get some water because you've got another climb coming up.
I now have to climb the Surrey Hill with them, and they're feeling a lot fresher than I do.
And if you could do that, you can do this climb. Here we go. We're looking for a good, solid minute effort. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Just stay in touch with them. You don't have to do anything special, just stay in touch. Right there, right where you are. You don't have to push through the pack. You don't have to pull anyone. You're going to use their draft. Awesome. You're almost at the top. Another 30 seconds. 20 seconds.
The in-game climb gradient caught Nathan off. I wasn't at the top and I'm now getting dropped. My lungs are on fire and I feel like I'm cycling in a furnace even though I've got the window open in winter and I have an industrial strength fan on my face and torso. The sweat was pouring off me and my handlebars looked like someone had poured a bucket of water over them. I'm pretty sure that you didn't want that vivid image, but you know, that's what's happening right now. I'm no longer feeling really good.
Let's go. You've got this. Everyone else is hurting. There's red numbers everywhere. Everyone else is hurting. 10-second dig. Get out of the saddle. 10-second dig. That's all we need. Come on, get on there. There we go. That was that 10 seconds we needed. That 10 seconds is going to win you the race.
I'm done.
That gap was now starting to grow and the leaders were starting to slowly move away from me. I was getting dropped. This was a familiar sight as an old Cat D rider, watching people sail off into the distance, especially on a gradient.
Keep going, and we're going to hit the downhill.
I had absolutely nothing left. I didn't get any recovery after I closed that first big gap before we hit this climb, and now
Brilliant.
I'm having to hold big watts to avoid getting dropped for the second time. I just don't know if I've got it in me to do it again.
Tell you what, man, this is just outrageous. This is great.
Nathan was great. I will say this for the benefit of the video and as a big thank you to Nathan for helping me. He was saying all the right things at the right points and I really appreciated that. It's really hard to give someone motivation when they're completely dying like this. I just couldn't physically speak to say so on camera.
Let's go. You want to race? This is racing. Little punch. Come on, dig it in. Don't let it go now. They're right there. Just reach out. Brilliant. Oh man, that was just inspirational. All right, go to 0.
This race had turned from a fun smash and grab into a full-on sufferfest.
Big breaths, man. That was fucking unreal. That was unreal. Big breaths. Stuck it in. This is B grade stuff, man. That was B grade stuff.
I'm now able to recover. My recovery is quick. However, the escalator is quickly coming up and I have to sprint up it if I want to stay with this much fresher group of leaders. I'm not sure if I have anything left to catch on, so I need to make sure that I don't get dropped.
Okay, so again, the same as before. Exactly what we did before. Push to the front, and again, you're going to punch up and you're going to recover quickly, more quickly than half of these riders, and they're going to hurt. I wouldn't be surprised if we drop half of them just on this little escalator. All right, push to the front now. Come on.
You can try and
Let's
push
go.
away from me. You kick and scream, you're begging, please. But once you get a little taste of freedom,
Here we
you
go.
wanna get up off your knees.
It's the shortest climb in Zwift.
Come on,
Lift with your legs, pull up and pull down. Pull up and push down at the same time. Let's go, come on. That's it. Well done. Brilliant. Outstanding. There's only about maybe 8 riders in front of you there. 8-10 riders in front of you. Fantastic. I just can't tell you how awesome this has been. You have done so well. So well. Alright, kick a little bit here. Kick. Don't let that blue tron go. That's the one. There we go. Oh, this is so good. Boom. Alright, this little minor kick here. 2% is going to be over, and then you've got a bit of a brutal punch. It's going to feel hard at this point. That's it. Push to the front. Alright, we're going to kick here now. It's like the last hard kick of this race. Excellent. That's exactly it. Textbook stuff. Man, your recovery is sensational. I've got to say, your numbers just go straight back up again. When you're not under the gun, they just go straight back up. That's awesome.
I have got good recovery.
Shush, no talking. The kick you're about to get into is going to be the last kick of this race. So this race is yours, depending on how you go with this kick. If you want it, this is it. All right. Watching the front here. I'm watching front end flyers that are going to go and try and push in the front. No one's doing it yet. All right. Last bit of pain. I want a little kick here. Sit on that guy with the blue and the red on the blue tron. Sit on him.
As we came up and over that last bump and we approached the banner that marks the last kilometre on this course, I was in all kinds of trouble. My heart rate was far too high at this point. I hadn't been efficient at all in this race. I hadn't recovered really, and I was nowhere near as fresh as those around me. So at this point, without that huge effort in the middle, I would have been all right. However, this race was now coming down to a sprint. Lord have mercy on my soul.
Pick the pace up. They're starting to move. 1,200 metres. 1,100 metres. You're going to get a power up through this banner. Tell me exactly what it is if you can. What'd you get?
Draft.
Alright, fire the draft now. Alright, in about 100 metres, you are going to drop everything you can. I'll tell you when. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it now. Go. Lift. You got 10 seconds of glory in front of you. Lift now, lift. Come on. Dig in. Let's go. Come on. 300 metres. 280. Come on. Lift. 200 metres, 199. Get going. The finish line's right in front of you. You can see it. Come on. Let's go. 100 metres, 88, 72, 57. You can got this. Woo! Whoa! Come on! Hey, that was so fucking awesome. Second! Wow, that was just incredible.
I can't speak.
And like, you were just so close to getting first. Like, man, you were right on his wheel.
Oh man, thank you.
How about that, guys? How about that? Who wants an easy race? How I came second in this race, I have no idea. I even had a chance of winning. I felt like I could have won this. I need to make a note of what I had for breakfast and then next time have 2 bowls of it and I might have won.
Thanks, Nathan.
No, man, that was outrageous. That was great. That was so great.
This race, understandably, is up there now as one of my absolute favourites. I even managed to set a brand new 20-minute and 5-minute PR and my third ever best 30-second and 15-second sprint. What a race.
Yeah, my FTP's just increased to 252.
Nathan was brilliant. What a DS. Thank you, sir. I really appreciated your support in this race. You know you've had a good race when you get an FTP bump on the back of it. I really should do a proper FTP test at some point, as I haven't done a real one since joining 18 months ago. I did do one up the grade, but I'm not sure if that's classed as a proper FTP test, because I wasn't doing it to increase my FTP. I was doing it to get up the grade. So anyway, I'm waffling. Thank you for watching this video, this result. I'm absolutely over the moon. Unbelievable. If you enjoyed it, then please consider liking and subscribing, as that really helps me out on my channel. I will 100% be back in my next video with my PRL 4 attempt. I promise, guys, next week. See you then.
Wow, that was fantastic. I just don't have words for how great that was. Seriously, that was one of the best races I have seen in ages. Shush, no talking.